And while the world's leaders try to figure out this big picture here, the situation here at home for so many people is becoming more and more dire. In the capital city of the state of California, a tent city has gone up for those who have run out of options. It's grown in size and quickly. Our report tonight from NBC's Chris Jansen.
Along the railroad tracks in Sacramento, a modern-day shantytown is swelling. Fragile shelter for the city's exploding homeless population. The images hauntingly reminiscent of the iconic photos of the 1930s and the Great Depression.
This is the bottom of the barrel here. I don't think it can get any worse than this.
Jim's new home, a small tent with 6 layers of tarp to keep out the rain. For 30 years he worked construction, then 6 months ago, the job's dried up.
I will maybe do a day labor thing on the weekends, which I've been lucky lately for one day out of each week, and I will take that to buy my bus fares and my train fares to go look for work.
With unemployment rising, there are now at least 2,100 homeless in Sacramento. About 300 live here, with more arriving every day. Many of the stories here are heartbreakingly similar. Middle-class Americans living paycheck to paycheck lose their job, then their house, and have nowhere to go. Every shelter in Sacramento is filled to overflowing. It's happening in Seattle, too. Tent cities in Reno and Nashville. Sudden homelessness brought on by unexpected, shocking poverty. Had you ever been homeless before this?
No, never even thought about it.
Before Corbin and Tina landed here just a few months ago, he made a good living selling cars.
The place I work for isn't even in business anymore, so, they've had to close up.
The new mayor, former NBA star Kevin Johnson, grew up in Sacramento.
This has been a dirty little secret, and we've kind of swept it under the rug.
The evocative Depression-era images return. At dusk, dinner is simmering in a pot made out of a coffee can. Advocates say that by morning, as many as 50 more people will be homeless in Sacramento. Chris Jansen, NBC News, Sacramento.
Students, single adults, women affected by domestic violence, and the middle-class families continuing further into debt are also victims to sudden homelessness, in contrast to people involved in crime or substance abuse. Well-established programs and organizations aiming to serve the homeless population are the key to successfully reducing the amount of homeless persons in the country, and more so in our community. There are many programs and institutions established in Tennessee. However, the general population of Chattanooga needs to become more active in solving this crucial public issue. In my opinion, the city of Chattanooga does not provide an adequate amount of shelters or programs in which those experiencing homelessness are inserted into temporary or transitional and supportive housing. I propose that one could spread awareness, volunteer at local homeless shelters and food kitchens, or donate canned goods and non-grocery items like toothpaste and personal care products that are not covered under food stamps.